Good morning. I just wanted to give a little update on some things. I have been having multiple people reach out to me and ask me about the weight loss powder or supplement or whatever you want to call it. Um, so, I'm going to give you a very honest review here. I started with the chocolate mix. I think it's called creamy chocolate. Blech. I just could not figure it out. One, I know I cannot just mix it straight powder and water. It's too chunky for me. It's too thick. I'm a very texture person, and the texture for me was just too much. I could not bear it. So on the yes no list, I started reading some things like that I can have, that I can't have. And so I can have 1 glass of milk per day. And so, with the help from my husband, who's always given me so much insight, he was like, why don't you try mixing it with milk? So I kind of just gave up on the chocolate, and I ended up getting the caramel creme brulee flavor. And y'all, yum. It is good. I actually do like drinking it. Now just water, I still don't think I can do it. But I found that if I drink it with a glass of milk, my 8 ounce glass of milk for the day, then it tasted like a milkshake. But I think my favorite way to drink it is to get, I need to start measuring. I just kind of pour a little bit, but it's either 2 ounces of milk or 4 ounces of milk. And I pour the powder in, I mix it up real good, and then I put it in coffee. And this morning I'm having it cold, but the last 2 days I've had it hot, and it's very good. I really like it that way. Another way I like it is I mixed 2/3 cup of Greek yogurt and half a scoop of the GC Control. I think it was half a scoop. But I mixed that up really, really well, and it was really good. I cannot stand yogurt. Again, I think it's the texture. But it was very good. It was like a sweet treat to kind of end the night. You're supposed to have it, I believe, before you eat, but I was going to Bible study and I forgot it, so I ended up taking it last night with my yogurt, and it was like a little dessert, so kind of to top the night off. Now, I've seen recipes where people make it, I think you use a scoop of the powder, put it in some water with 1 egg, and you make it like a pancake, and they eat it that way. So there's a lot of different things you can do for the GC Control powder. For me, just water was not working. And I love how I'm always talking to y'all in just my absolute natural element, like I usually don't have any makeup on or anything like that. However, I do have to speak to the makeup. So I bought a sample pack, and I was trying out the colors, and it took maybe half the sample pack, and I had full coverage. And I also put the primer on first. The primer was wonderful. I loved it. Went ahead and added it straight to my cart. And I can give you a first-hand testimonial to the makeup, because yesterday was Sunday. We go to church. The Lord just makes me emotional. I cry all the time at church. I try not to cry outside of church, but it just happens sometimes. But I cry at church almost every Sunday, but I'm trying not to. But the Lord just gets a hold of me sometimes. But my testimony is the makeup stayed. Like, I had on a different mascara. I haven't tried the Wellness Store mascara yet, but of course I had to wipe it away or whatever. But I'm talking about the makeup lasted all day long. I'm the tears through church, the afternoon sweat. I think it ended up coming off at like 9:30 last night, and it still looked like when I put it on first thing in the morning. Now I'm red, which you can tell. I have the red rosy cheeks, the red nose. So my nose was getting a little red, but I think it was from I just white all the time. Um and but it was wonderful. I honestly was so shocked at the makeup. That really just kind of threw me off. But I am happy to say that I am down 5 pounds this morning. And so I want to say something else about it too. It's not just because I am drinking the GC. It helps block cravings, yes. Helps keep you full, yes. But there are other things that you have to do if you want to get yourself healthy. So I've gotten more active. I walk more. I'm waiting on a friend now. We're going to go walk. But other things is I started following the R3 program through the wellness store. And it is tough. This first 2 weeks, you're cutting out sugar completely to reset your glucose and to reset your metabolism. And there's been things that I'm like, man, I really wanted that. I think the biggest thing that I miss the most is my Coke Zero. And so I told myself yesterday, I said, Heather, I think you were addicted to at least having 1 to 2 Coke Zeros a day. And so something else, and people say what they want or whatever, but I've literally been asking the Lord to take away those sweet cravings. And because one, I know a lot of the stuff that I have been wanting, it's not good for me anyway. And then I have said, Lord, if I was addicted to a Coke Zero, I want you to take that addiction away from me. And he has helped me. He has helped me through this. Staying busy helps. Getting more active does help. And you're like, well, I'm not an active person, but I still want to lose weight. If you find yourself getting idle, get up and do something. Put away that laundry that you have had sitting in that basket for so long. That was me. A couple of days ago, I was like, well, I can finally fold this one load of clothes that I've been putting off. But something else that I wanted to share with you was my sourdough loaf. So this past, I'm trying to remember when it was. Maybe it was Wednesday or Thursday. I had made my sourdough up, and it sits in the fridge for like 10 to 12 hours. So the next morning I got it out, ready to bake. And of course, I had started on my wellness journey and I couldn't eat it. But y'all, I finally figured it out. Now, I am a leave the lid on the entire baking process. They say to take the lid off, I think maybe the last 15, 20 minutes, and it really gets that crunchy top. And it does. You do get a crunchy top, but mine can almost burn. I don't know if it's my oven is hotter than what I would like for it to be, or I'm not really sure, but I just don't like the outcome of taking the lid off and letting it cook like that. So I left the lid on the entire baking process. I took it out, I gave it a look over, took the lid off, and maybe put it back 3 to 5 minutes. That was it. And when I say it smelled so good and it looked so good, but I didn't even get to eat any of it. But the next morning I made Brandon a breakfast sandwich with bacon, fried eggs, I don't know what else he eats, mustard, and then 2 pieces of sourdough. And he was like, this is really good. And when your fried egg just the yolk just runs, all that crunchy soft bread just soaks that yolk up. He was like, this is really good. So that was my sourdough update. I plan on making a loaf for a get together we're having Tuesday night, so we'll see how that goes. I got to get it back kind of healthy today so that it'll be ready to go. Okay, next thing is what was it I was going to tell y'all about? I had one other thing. I don't know. But again, I've had several people reaching out to me. Oh, let me know how the GC weight management drink goes. I really, I'm looking to lose like 10 pounds. I'm looking at this. And what I want to say is you can do it. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. But one of the biggest things is you just have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to say, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. And that's kind of the point I was at. Now, people will say, oh, you've lost 5 pounds, that's water weight. I have been trying to lose weight for the last, I don't know, 9 months to a year. And I was doing something else and I was seeing some results. I have lost some weight, but I don't think it was the best choice of having how to lose weight. I deal with migraines, and the option that I was on was giving me some migraines at times, and I just said I don't really think that I should be putting this into my body. There was a lot of unknowns. And I wholeheartedly trust the wellness store. I do. I look up the ingredients. Again, there's still some things where I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't really know what that is, but I look it up and I research it. And so I really do believe that this is a better option for me because I do think it's healthier. I do think it's making me focus more on being healthy instead of just losing weight. And I kind of, like somebody was like, I can never have sugar again. No, that's not what it is. So your first 2 weeks, you do cut out all sugar. So Wednesday will be 1 week for me. So I have to keep doing this for a whole nother week. And so do this for 2 weeks. Then you can start adding in natural sugars. So fruit has natural sugars in it. Now some are more sugary than other fruits. So don't just jump straight into that either. You know, be more mindful of which fruits you are eating, because you don't want to just fill your body full of sugar, especially if you're something you don't really love. But then after that 2 weeks, you're going another 2 weeks. So it's 6 weeks in all. And one of the biggest things that I keep seeing, yes, people are losing weight, but they're losing inches. And so I didn't do a good job. I think I did my measurements either Thursday night or Friday night. It could have been Friday night. I know it was later. And so I don't want to do my measurements until my 2 weeks are up, because I don't want to keep, oh, I've not lost any inches, I've not done this. I don't want to keep doing that because then I'll feel defeated. And so weighing too, I've decided like you can weigh once a week. That's it. I've weighed, I think maybe the past 2 to 3 days, and that is not me. Like, I am not doing that. But I do remember the other thing I was going to say. So because I've decided to just change my lifestyle and get healthier. There are times where I just want to be like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't think it's worth it. But yesterday at church, I heard the same thing twice. And so I know that it was something that I needed to hear because I really honed into it. And it may not even be what the focus was supposed to be on, but it's what I got out of it. I heard it in Sunday school, and then I heard it again during the preaching hour. And it was the word determined. And it was talking about, in Sunday school, we've been talking about how the Israelites have just been really going through it, and then they sent the 2 spies in, and then we talked about Achan, how he disobeyed and the Lord killed him, but everybody just keeps kind of moving on and going on, and they are determined. And yesterday, that just kept coming up during Sunday school, being determined. And then when Brandon was preaching yesterday, he was talking about the friends lowering their friend who is paralyzed down in to see Jesus, and how determined they were to get their friend in front of Jesus. And, you know, I was paying attention to Sunday school lesson and the preaching hour, but I could not help take away. There are times where we just need to be determined and to set our mind on something and say, yes, we are going to do this. To quit giving up so easy, to quit just playing the poor, pitiful me card. And so I took that away yesterday. Like, I'm going to be determined to get healthy. I'm going to be determined to be able to run around in the yard and play with the girls, or, you know, when we go on vacation, not get winded. And I'm determined to just feel better in my own skin, if that even makes sense or anything. But so yeah, if this is something that you are interested in, please let me know, because right now through the wellness store, you can sign up for $1, and everybody has $1. And, you know, I've talked about some of the other products that they have, and I love them. I have lots of products that I would love to talk to you about. We're going to have a get-together Tuesday night, and I cannot wait for people to hear about some of our products that we use in our own homes. But I just wanted to share a few of my favorites while I still had you here. And it is the dish soap. Love the dish soap because I feel like I live in the kitchen. I do dishes all the time. The dish soap is one of my favorites. The oral care bundle has been one of my favorites. People are like, toothpaste, really? And I'm like, yes, I love it. I love the mouth rinse that you do before you brush your teeth. So you do it, you rinse your mouth out real good. It helps to loosen everything before you brush your teeth. And then I have the cinnamon tooth polish. And so at first I was like, oh my, like this is a lot. But the more I've used it, I'm like, I really like this. I like the freshness that I feel it leaves me with. And then in the bundle also came with the oral mints. And so you just put it in your mouth and you let it dissolve. And I feel like it has a longer effect throughout the day. But after I drink my iced coffee, I will also go get one of the mints and I'm fine. But the mints also help get bacteria out of your mouth. And if you look up how much bacteria is in our mouths, it's really quite gross. And then some of my other favorite products, of course, I like all the cleaning products that I've used so far. Melomagic on floors, and I've even used Melomagic in the bathtubs. Love Melomagic. The laundry detergent, love. You don't have to use as much. The stain removers, wonderful. Brandon, he is a stain creator. Like, I don't even know how he gets some of these stains so deep in his shirts. But Sassafras, she can get some stains in her clothes as well. And I'm talking about the little one. And then Riley, same way. Never seen a kid be able to get stains, even in places where she gets stains. But between the spot treatment and the Solumount, it gets all the stains out. And I love that. And it's just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way with the products from the wellness store. And then the last thing that I would say is one of my favorites. It's probably a tie between the shampoo and the deodorant. I love the deodorant, and we have 2 scents. I now have a child that has to wear deodorant. I cannot believe that. But I think that they have the pink bottle and I have the blue bottle. And theirs is a sweet cream and willow, and mine is vanilla, jasmine, and musk or something like that. I can't remember. But 100%, 10 out of 10, we love those. And then the shampoo, hands down, I have the olive, so it's the green cap, and I love it. I washed Berkeley's hair with it yesterday because she's been having just some after residue on some of the other shampoos that she was using. And I was like, get in here and let me scrub your hair and let's use this new shampoo that we have. Her hair is so clean. And even this morning I commented and was like, Berkeley, your hair looks so good. And she was like, well, I haven't even brushed it today. I said, well, I mean, it just looks so clean. But those are just a few of my products. That was just a little update on the GC Control and how I have started liking to take it. But again, reach out to me. I would love to get you signed up and get you started shopping. Again, all my local friends, please come out to our get together. We're having Tuesday night. You can smell the products. Between Shannon, Amber, me, Carly, we should have pretty much everything that you would need. And I can bring some ways that I mix the GC Control up. If that is something that you would be interested in, I would be willing to do that. But we're also going to have a loaf of sourdough there. We're going to have some other little snacks. So y'all come out and see us Tuesday night if you're in the Ecru, Pontotoc area. Or if you would like to message me and let's talk more about it. I would love to help get you started on this journey if that's something that you want to do. It's so quick and easy. If you buy cleaning products, if you buy personal care products, even snacks and water packets, like if you're buying that already, why not switch and buy a healthier, clean, safer option? So I would love to talk more with you about any of that. Feel free, you can text me, message me, but drop some comments below as to what your thoughts are on ways that I can mix this GC Control up, or some maybe recipes that I could try. Basically, I'm eating fruits and meat and vegetables right now. So if you have any recommendations for me, I would just love to hear from all of y'all. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.